Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pone, coming at you guys with a Battlefield Bad Company 2 gameplay. Oh my god, Pone. Yes, the gods have granted you this. I love this game. The memories, or memories. I love this game so much. I've had so many great memories playing this game, and I want to also let you guys know that I'm kind of doing something right now, and it's a weird way for you to participate, and to do that, you have to just show these videos support. I'm kind of doing like a trial run for the next week or two on a few new shows, and these new shows are going to have a chance of becoming a permanent thing on my channel. So if you want to support BC2 and you want to see these every Tuesday, be sure to smash the like button. Let me know down in the comment section below, because the ones that achieve the best support are the ones that are going to continue going, and I'm only going to keep about 1 or 2 of them. So you find the ones that you like the most and put that extra effort in helping them, and hopefully they can become a mandatory thing. So with that being said, I kind of wanted to share something with you guys today. I have never really told you guys how I got into Battlefield, and it was fate, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't intentional. I first tried Battlefield Bad Company 2 years back on console, and this was the beta. My buddy TK came over one day, and he downloaded it, started playing it, and he was so excited about blowing out the roofs of things with C4. That's all he did, which was kind of weird for me, and I'm like, that was cool, it was creative, it was unique at the time. I thought it was fancy, yo. And truth is, it was just never for me. I never played Battlefield because at that point I was just balls deep in COD, and I was okay with the abuse, you know what I'm saying? One of those painful, toxic relationships. It's okay though, guys. I was just starting YouTube. That was kind of where I was at the time, playing Modern Warfare 2. And believe it or not, the game was good until NoobTubes completely plagued the entire game. And I loved BC2 after I started giving it a chance. Now, I was first hired by a company, I'd say right before the Battlefield 3 beta came out. I'd say about a month before the BF3 beta came out. So we're talking 3 years ago or so. And this company, Quantic Media at the time, which I don't know if they're even still around anymore, but they hired me to teach them and educate them about how YouTube works. This was a community that was small. I believe people like Doom49 and a handful of other people were part of this. Freddy may have even been, I don't know. There were lots of people. Badger, there were lots of people involved in this community. And it was very, very unique because, well, at that time, there was no Battlefield big people. There were no Chaw Boys or level caps. This was, the largest channels were roughly 10 or 20,000 subscribers, and those were Thready, Sergeant Enigma, who was, I think, also in it too, and, like, Shibby2142. It was a very, very small community, and this is kind of like the birth of the community. There was kind of an audience for it in Bad Company 2, but this was before YouTube was going mainstream, and there were thousands and millions of subscribers and monies to be had. Before people could even make money from doing this, and it was still a hobby for most people. So during this period, I was brought in to help grow the Quantic Media brand name and channel, teach the people running it how to properly grow their audience on YouTube, and to do that, they were surrounded around Battlefield and esports. Now, the owner's priority at the time was to get more views and more money off the YouTube channel to pay their pro teams to go to these events. So my job was to get them to grow, get them and educate their people, and then in turn, make them more money to completely fund a different branch. Was kind of selfish and stupid in my mind, and it put a lot of the people that were, you know, a core part of the group at risk because they worked their ass off for this and got no reward. But that's kind of how I was thrust into the Battlefield game. So, of course, getting into a new community, I wanted to know what the game was about. Before I could make, you know, decisions on it, I kind of needed to experience it a little bit. So I straight did that. I dropped trousers and dove straight in. I'm like, okay, let's go. The more I played the game, the more I loved it. I fell in love with the game by sheer accident. You never know. You never know. So a few weeks into my new experience, we got access to Battlefield 3 beta a couple weeks before the public did, and I love the game. And I started posting it. The videos were getting 200, 300,000 views apiece. It shows that the community was small, that the only people getting views were the people that were posting the videos. And it gave me hope. It introduced me to a new community, and I enjoyed the game above all. This is right when Modern Warfare 3 came out, and if you guys have never played Modern Warfare 3, if there's a word to describe the opposite of perfection, you just call it MW3. That's what I'm saying, man. That game should have not survived through the first trimester. That thing should have been aborted early on. That game was horrible. just made my decision to transfer strictly over to Battlefield entirely that much easier. I liked Black Ops. MW2 was good during its moments, and MW3 completely just shat all over the franchise. And it gave the possibility for me to become a full-time Battlefielder. So as I came into the community, things were a little bit different, because people knew it was a small community, a very, very tight-knit community, a bunch of elitists too. They knew I came from the Call of Duty crowd. They absolutely did not want me here. They were like, "You have been tainted, sir, you need to be disposed of." And they just did not want me around. They're like, "Oh." And because I adopted my Call of Duty-ish duty, it's like I took my playstyle and adopted it to the Battlefield game. So where people played conservatively, they pushed objectives, they moved as a team. I was that guy doing the unthinkable, just rash decision-making, jumping behind the team, flanking, killing 20 people at a time, and they were getting mad. They're like, "Stop playing it like Call of Duty, it's Battlefield. You're supposed to take your time and head glitch." People weren't happy about that. And trust me, it took me a while to evolve and adapt into a Battlefield player. I was the kind of guy that would just generally go for kills and ignore objectives. And it wasn't until a couple months in that I just started to stop playing Metro and other games, similar maps like that. And I had to get out of my comfort zone from what I was accustomed to. And it was a unique experience. The Battlefield crowd didn't want me. And man, I got carled right to the feels. I was upset, I was kind of sad. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying, you know what I mean? And they just want nothing to do with me whatsoever. And I felt like one of those puppies inside the cages at an adoption center, like, "Pick me, pick me." And they're like, "Oh no, you're just a mutt." You know, it's just one of those things. I felt like I wasn't good enough. But knowing me and how stubborn I am, I said YOLO and whatever. I kept going with it. Managed to put myself into the community. Eventually people realized that I was not going anywhere, so they either started ignoring me, continued hating on me, or whatever. So it was a unique experience transferring. Other commentators dealt with the same thing. Drifter, for example, who's a big-time Call of Duty. He's basically a Call of Duty level cap, if you will. Very, very stat-oriented and teacher-ish like. And he completely stopped playing Battlefield because of the community. That's how bad it was back then. But I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't think I've ever told you guys how I actually came across Battlefield, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I want to remind you guys, if you want Battlefield Bad Company Tuesdays to keep rolling out, smash that like button, show some love to the comment section as well. It won't deny you, like the Battlefield community did. Stay moist, bitches.